is Jana Sweeney, 2 days post-landfall of Hurricane Ike, and this morning I've been sitting here reflecting about yesterday. We went up to a shelter in Huntsville, Texas, and talked to some of the families there, and I was walking by a set of cots, and these two little children pulled me over and asked me to look at their dinosaur book with them, and first of all, I'm just amazed by the fact that the children know all the big names to the dinosaurs, but we were sitting there talking, and they were there with their grandmother and their great-grandmother, and I started talking to the grandmother, and they live on Bolivar Peninsula, and that's one of what is assumed to be the hardest hit areas, though nobody's been able to get in there and get an eye on the homes, and they live in a mobile home, and talking about the fact that they know that their home is probably completely destroyed and that they don't really have another place to go, and at the same time they were trying to keep the kids entertained, and I was just struck by the fact that this time that in shelters, it's sometimes for kids, it's sort of fun. You know, it's a different environment. It's new people, and they have their toys to play with, and they are sort of entertained by a concept of something new to be around, not having to go to school. At the same time, it's just one of the most stressful times any adult can endure. You know, they're in this shelter. They don't know if they have a place to go home to. They're not sure what they're going to do next, and I was just so stunned by that. And as I sat there, the little boy, I realized that the children were really picking up on the stress of the situation. And he looked at his grandmother and he said, "Now, Grandma, the fishies are swimming in our house now, right?" And he looked at me and he's like, "The fishies, they're swimming all through our home now." And his grandmother looked right at him and got a big smile on her face and said, "I bet they're sleeping in your bed." And he giggled and he's like, "No, fish don't sleep." And she's like, "I bet they're watching your DVD player." And he sort of giggled, and he said, "What are they going to watch?" And she looked right at him and said, "Finding Nemo." And he just busted out laughing. And the strength of these families, that they're willing to go on and do everything they can to make the kids laugh and keep them at ease, it's just amazing. The innocence of children and the strength of adults